What's up, everybody? Christopher Leon Johnson here. Happy Monday morning, the 6th of October, in this beautiful fall, but it feels like summertime. Still feels like the summertime. And you see here, right here at this newsstand, they still haven't updated anything yet to knock this newsstand down and turn it into a deliverista hub. But I'm not here to talk about that right now. But what I'm going to talk about is that they need to build the deliverista hub. Hope they do. It looks like they might not do it because Eric, like I said before, early in the summertime in April, that Eric has completely abandoned the city to appease Trump, and now that he dropped out of the mayor's race because he knew he wasn't going to win, and I knew he wasn't going to win. Eric helped out and neutralized Cuomo in the primary, which now put Cuomo in a tough spot for the general because Curtis Sweela is beaming up a lot of steam, but shout out to all the insiders because a lot of the insiders, they're not backing Sweela, and a lot of people are flocking to Cuomo, and there are many others that are completely not backing Curtis at all, so Curtis really has a certain amount of hard time. People tell him to drop the fuck out the race, but he should, because he has no chance to become mayor. But Eric, like about this deliverista hub right here, Eric, they will put here at City Hall, Murray Street, and Broadway. Eric, on the other hand, fucked up. And the thing is that when Eric got indicted because of his shit with Turkey, but all that was because he called out fucking Biden administration for how they handled the migrant crisis, how he spent all that money on the migrants, and they refused paying back the money. So he threw him on the bus on live TV. Oh, this is like many times on live TV, especially at the town hall, when he said like, oh, this fucking crisis is going to destroy the city, which really wasn't going to destroy the city. The thing that will easily destroy a city is when you deliver money to an administration, when you give money from the administration and give it to these corrupt nonprofits that do nothing for the communities, but all they do in return is just give out paper, like fucking sheets of paper and toiletry stuff and doggy bags, and they saying that as resources. That's the only thing they do. It's fucking bullshit. Other than that, it's like when you give money to these corrupt nonprofits, when you give money to these corrupt nonprofits, billions of dollars of contracts to these corrupt nonprofits, when you don't say anything about the MTA occupying our streets and putting congestion pricing, when you sign a C-40 document to implement congestion pricing, when you fucking sell out these sidewalks and these streets and give it to the corporations like Twerk and Get Around moved out. But many of you sell these streets to these corporations, you give out our parking space to these corporations, and you let the city council introduce bills to allow this to happen with no community input. This is what happens when, That's what happens. There's many things that Eric did in record time in cahoots of these corrupt nonprofits that helped really just put the city where the fuck it is right now. And this is way before the migrant crisis, way before the crisis. Eric was the same guy that helped the city council pass a law, which is Local Law 17, which is called Fair Trade for Housing Act, where basically if you are a landlord or a property management company, you cannot vet anybody with a criminal record. You cannot deny anybody housing based on their criminal record. Local Law 17. Eric set a record like, if this bill will get past city council, he's going to sign it. I think he didn't sign it at all, but he said he was going to sign it. But the reason he didn't sign it because he knew it was going to happen to him. There are many things that Eric did as mayor. That really put the city where the fuck it is right now. It's in a bad shape. The city's in a real bad shape, and there's many things that the next mayor had to come in and do it and fix it. With Cuomo, let's say Cuomo becomes the mayor, he got to fix a lot of things Eric did. There's a lot of things Eric did as mayor, and that fucked the city up, divided the city, divided neighborhoods within each other, even other neighborhoods against each other, and really put people in a position where they can't trust nonprofits anymore. Where he got to fix that. He got to bridge the gap again. Eric did many things to show people reason why that government can't be trusted. And I want to make clear about race. Let me make this clear that he gives people reason why that black people should not be in positions of power, especially citywide seats. They should not be in citywide seats. When it comes to Jumaane, because I'm like, what about Jumaane Williams? Yeah, Jumaane Williams is a citywide elected official. He's a public advocate, right? But Jumaane does his own thing. And the one thing about Jumaane is that everybody knows what he's about. Everybody knows, like, yeah, he was conservative Dem that turned into a progressive superstar, and that's it. Nothing can do to change it, right? But when it comes to Eric, it's something where, like, look, it's something where that there's a reason why you can't put a black person in the position of mayor anymore. And I'm gonna say right now, I say, look, you know what, going forward, you can never make a black person mayor. Never again. I don't care if it's Donovan Richards, you can never make a black person mayor. I'll trust a fucking a white gay guy more than a black person. That's my honesty. So going forward, I'm gonna go at this spot where the newsstand is at for the deliverista hub, and I'll make clear that look, the reason that this shit is not really, I think it's because probably they couldn't get they probably got to do the wiring, but I think they really keep honest with you that they don't want to get built around here because they scared Eric. They just scared of backlash. And I'll make it clear that look, when Eric got indicted, when Eric Adams got indicted, by the DOJ, you know, Brad, this is all done by Brad, because Brad Lander is the guy that gave Ligia and the deliveristas the minimum wage law. He didn't want to introduce the bill in the city council when he was city council member for the Thursday night council back there with Sir Park Slope and Green Park Slope, to where the deliveristas get paid minimum wage. And like I said, I'm not against a wage. And like I said many times, I'm not against the wage. What I'm against is the rollout of the minimum wage, and where they only allow one nonprofit to speak on behalf of the bill, on behalf of the minimum wage. Now people are like, well, Chris, like where they had public hearings, they had all this shit, public hearings, like, yeah, they do. Listen to the thing, right? Every time there's a city council bill, they have to have public hearings. They have to have they have hearings, mainly a hearing, and you have the right to speak, you have the right to speak, comment 72 hours and shit like that, blah, blah. But the thing is that when they know when there's certain controversial bills, in the city council, they do whatever they gotta do to make sure that those type of bills does not get highlighted to where they get highlighted because they scared of certain people coming out and saying shit against the bill. Now, the thing about city council hearings is that they don't make it public, right? I'm talking about they don't put it on the public record and say to the public, like, yo, we will have this fucking hearing and you come out and testify. They don't. You have to have like a micromanager, be on top of it, obsessive mindset when it comes to city council hearings to know what the hell is going on in the city council, because if you don't, you're gonna be like, oh, how the fuck this bill got through? Because they had a hearing about that bill, but they told nobody about the bill. Sorry about that. So that's the truth, right? So you gotta be on top of this shit. You have to be on top of it. You gotta know this bill's in the transportation hearing, transportation committee. You gotta go. Sometimes what they like do sometimes is they'll sneak in bills. They will sneak in bills into hearings that have nothing to do with the topic of the hearing. Like what happened recently with unfair deactivation of deliveristas. They put that shit in with the other. It's just like, this is what they do. This is the shit that they do, right? They put it in the transportation hearing like the day of, and that's what they do, right? It's crazy, but that's what they do. So, but when it comes to everything, is that the rollout of the minimum wage was really bad, a bad rollout, to where we in a situation, the city, where now the people that supposed to deliver our food are being criminalized. And I'm gonna explain why that this minimum wage is the reason why that these guys are getting criminalized, right? So the minimum wage got rolled in 2023, right? 2023, right? The mayor signed the bill. They had a celebration on the steps. The apps tried to sue. I was there on the court date where they was gonna be, they got sued. Everybody know what happened that day is fucked up day. I'm not proud of that day. But to explain what happened, after the court hearing, myself and like 15, 20 other guys chased the executive director of the Worker Justice Project, Liga Galapa, to the point of threatening her life, right? And I'm not proud of that. I'm not proud of that shit. And I suffered a lot of consequences because of that, but I'm not proud of that. So, but, okay, they asked pulled out, fine, because they knew they wasn't going to, let's say we're like, well, why the hell, like, multi-billion-dollar corporations will pull up a lawsuit they knew they was going to win? You know why? Because, one, they knew that, look, even if they won the lawsuit, and you got to say, even if they won the lawsuit, they could have lost business with the city. The city would have did a lot of things with the help of the Attorney General to give them hell in the city of New York, to the point of that they could lose their business license in the city, and the apps know they lose the people that run the apps in the city that are responsible for overseeing the apps in the city, knowing overseeing the corporation in the city, they know that if they lose business in the city, they'll lose their career. So sometimes you got to stand, and like it's like in life, right? It's like in life, mainly in politics and business. In business, sometimes the risk is not worth the reward. The reward is not, or it's like the reward is not worth the risk. So sometimes you got to say like, yo, I know I'm gonna win this, but is it really worth the consequence of, or like the hell that I might go through because of the win? And the city is known for retaliating against people that do this type of shit. So you got to understand what the hell's going on here. So going forward, what happened, like I said, the apps pulled out, the wage became law. You had to pay the guys like $20 an hour, like $19, it was like $18.44, $19 an hour for deliveristas minimum wage. So you know what the apps did? They're like, yo, okay. You know what we gotta do now? For schedules. For schedules, a lot of guys can't get schedules no more. They can't even get scheduled because the schedule all filled up. The apps don't want to pay us some amount of money per day. Okay, fine. Okay, so the guys who got the schedules, they're in a situation where that they had to do a certain amount of deliveries in an hour to order to get the minimum wage. And if they don't, they get their accounts deactivated. So these guys know that the apps are really heartless. They do what they want with impunity. They have the final say what goes on with their decision making. So you know what these guys and gals do? They break every law they can break to get the job done. Like blowing red lights, not yielding. Every traffic law that a cyclist must follow, or a person on an e-bike must, like a moped must follow, they break it. They run they ride the wrong direction. They blow red lights. They don't stop when they're supposed to stop. They do everything. To the point of people now getting maimed and even killed by these fucking bikes, by these deliveristas. So you know what happens is that there's a lot of people that complain about this shit. They complain, and you know what happens is that the mayor's office, and you got a mayor that was so concerned about trying to keep himself reelected by getting all the moderate voters from the Upper West Side, Upper East Side. And what he did was he put in provisions with the help of the commissioner to where that if you blow a red light or you break every cyclist law, instead of you getting like a regular ticket, you get a Class C summons. A Class C summons means that you go to one city street, 16th floor, and you have to go there. You might be there all day, or you might not be seen at all. So now, very soon, that the mayor will implement a rule to where that if you blow over 15 miles per hour, you're getting summonses. So let's keep it 100% with that. So look what happened because of the minimum wage. And like I said, it's all because of minimum wage. So now back to what happened with the mayor and Lygia Brad told Lygia to abandon Eric because Brad was mulling a run for mayor. And he was been run for mayor. But Brad told her and many other people, like, look, if you want to keep on doing business with me and make sure y'all keep y'all contracts and not be audited and all the shit like that by my office, you're going to abandon Eric and they go support me for mayor. So look what they did. They abandoned Eric. So Eric wasn't going to take that shit lying down. And Eric will never take that shit lying down. So you know what he did? Well, he said, you know what? You want to abandon me after all shit I've done for you fucking guys? After I stuck my neck out for you fucking guys and shit like that? That's what I'm going to do to you. Fuck, that's what I did to all you niggas. And all the shit he did. Not even refusing to have a every year ceremony of minimum wage. This is what they did. Refusing to make Lygia the executive director for the Department of Sustainable Delivery. Criminalized deliveristas. This is what happens now. But it happens. What can you do? So what can you do? So, but I want to make this video about, mainly, I want to talk about this. So that's what's going on. Right? That's what's going on in 2025. But what I want to talk about right now is the fact that Alexa Aviles, right? Alexa Aviles, right? No, Raul hates her ass. She hates him back. But I want to get my comment about Alexa Aviles, right? Let me make this clear, right? And I told everybody last week about this situation about Alexa, right? So now the New York Post has put an article out against Alexa Aviles about her being a multi-millionaire, despite the fact that she's saying she's a socialist and shit like that, right? She says she's a socialist, but she's a multi-millionaire. Now, I want to make clear that, look, there's a lot of people that are multi-millionaires in politics, and they act like they this, and that. But I know why that article came out was because Alexa is running for Congress, and she's exploring a run for Congress for New York 10. New York 10 basically serves this area, like Lower Manhattan, all the way up to 14th Street on the west side, and all the way up to 17th Street on the east side. I think 17th Street on the east side and 14th Street on the west side. Basically, Lower Manhattan. Anything below 18th Street. That's anything below 18th Street is her district, and is the 10th councilman of the district. And Brooklyn, like Sunset Park, Park Slope, and like a little bit of Prospect Heights, Eastern Parkway. That's the 10th. The Brooklyn Public Library, that's basically the 10th congressional district, and all those like boo-boo areas, like all those. So what happens is that Alexa is mulling a run for Congress, and Goldman is the incumbent, and a lot of people want Goldman out the door because they think he's not doing the right thing. But I'll make clear about Alexa is that she don't understand, like, she has no chance to become a Congress. It's not because she's a millionaire socialist. It's not because of that. The reason she has no chance to become a congressperson, Alexa has no chance to become a congressperson, is because of the fact that Alexa is not known in Lower Manhattan. Not only she's not known in Lower Manhattan, she is the common denominator of everything that's wrong with the city. She's the common denominator of everything that has happened in the city in the past 3.5 years. That is not good. She's the common denominator of all the shit that transpired in the city. And every time this stuff comes up, her name is always in it. But when you become a common denominator of all the fuck shit that happens in the city, it's not good. And Alexa has a tendency of playing that good cop role when the fuck shit goes down, and it's not good. Sometimes you gotta say, like, look, if you're doing heel shit, you gotta be the heel. If you're doing bad shit, you gotta be the bad guy or the bad girl. You can't play the good guy and when you're doing the bad shit. You can't do that shit. Like, you can't do that Lincoln Wrestler shit, because at least Lincoln Wrestler know when to play the heel. He know, like, yo, if I'm the heel in this shit, I might well fucking be the fucking heel. You just can't be the fucking good person. You can't be shit where you know you're the heel and try to be the good person. You're not. You're just as fucking bad as everybody else that implement the problem. It's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Well, when it comes to Alexa Aviles, it's just like, that lady has no shot becoming a congressperson. Like I said earlier, that the only person that really changed to being Goldman is Brad Lander, because they my Lander. Because the thing about Lander is that Lander is well known in Manhattan. He's really well known Lower Manhattan. He helped get a lot of people elected in Lower Manhattan. He's well known in Brooklyn. He helped a lot of people get elected in Brooklyn. He has Park Slope, the 10 congressional districts serves Park Slope. That's his district. Everybody knows him in Park Slope. He's a guy that really helped Shahana Hanif defeat Maya Kornberg and Maya Kornberg in the 39th district. He's the only one that helped her ass out. The thing about it is that look, Alexa should not be running for Congress. If she really cared, she should just run for fucking state senate against Andrew Gundaris. But I don't think she won't, because like I said, she will not beat Gundaris, because a lot of people in that district loves Gundaris. Gundaris basically serves the whole R line in Brooklyn. Basically, that's him in a nutshell. He serves the whole R line in Brooklyn. That's his district. It just with her is like, I think she's a good person, but she's not suited enough to be a congressperson. She has no chance to become a congressperson. She's tainted. She's really tainted. The New York Post article showed that now she's really tainted. And I don't think she can be trusted. She can be trusted to be the congressperson of the 10th congressional district. And I said before at the video, when I made that video at Project Echo event, like I said, I met Goldman. You all play basketball with me? I said, no. I'm not a basketball guy, I'm a soccer guy. But Goldman, I think Goldman's a good person, other than his stance on Israel. But other than that, it's just like, I think he's a good person. He gets things done. A lot of people in the district likes him. I like the guy. He's a great person at heart. But there's people that just want to see, thinking that they're going to change things in Congress, but they know the only way you really change things is locally. Mainly, like, run for the municipal seats like city council, or right here, 150th Street, public advocate office, comptroller, borough president. But other than that, it's just like, other than that, it just basically it's look, it's just what it is. 2025. These elected officials is just basically, like I said, they gotta stand like, yeah, just because you're effective at city council, like you get things done in city, then you can get things done in city council. You pass all these bills saying you gotta report this, you gotta report that. Everything about reports these days. All this shit about report. Just because you pass 30,000 bills saying that you got things done because you make every report. It's fucking nonsense. Report. All our reports, I think it's fucking nonsense. Doesn't mean you're soon run for a higher seat, or basically a national seat, like a national seat, like a federal seat, like a fucking Congress or U.S. Senate. You know what I mean? Play your part, stay in your fucking lane, and just be a council member that is going to be the lowest common denominator to all the fuck shit that's going on in the city. Just play a part, Alexa. So that's all I got to say. And happy Happy Monday. Later.